Hey everybody, it's Steph from the High Moving Podcast, and that's a wrap on Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. The fight that got delayed over the summer, and they pushed it out to November, and we got this. Okay, I'm gonna say this, man. I think a lot of people was just rooting for Mike Tyson for nostalgia purposes. Okay, could he dig deep and reach for something from the past and knock Jake Paul out? I think that would have satisfied a lot of the Mike Tyson fans and older fans of Mike Tyson, just to see if they can recapture just one more vintage glory days of Mike Tyson. And reality quickly set in after the first round, really after the second round, that's not the case. All I can say is, look, credit for Mike Tyson being almost 60 years old and going all 8 rounds. Okay. He took a couple shots here and there. His legs, obviously he's older guy, so his legs aren't just going to be as fresh and quick. And I mean, he did say he had a knee injury, but he's not using that as an excuse. So I mean, he's just an older man, almost 60 years old with a bad knee. Okay. And for him to even be in the ring with Jake Paul, is impressive in itself. Okay. So I am going to credit Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, for a job well done, for training and preparing for this fight and going the distance. Now, at the actual boxing, I mean, this wasn't really close. Okay, the stats that were put up at the end of the fight, I mean, Jake Paul just threw way more punches, the output, and I mean, Jake's just younger, right? He's 27 years old going up against a man that's 58 years old. So I mean, he's just more active. Okay, but Jake Paul still wanted to respect a potential the power from Mike Tyson, and not get too crazy in the ring and slip up. Because despite Tyson being older, a lot of wisdom and knowledge and some power, of course, that if he's not careful, Mike Tyson can catch Jake slipping, and Jake didn't do that. Okay, and I also think that Jake he didn't go off too much on Mike Tyson. Honestly, I think there was a period in round, I think 3 or 4. Maybe 5, where he could have went off on him a little bit, but still respected Mike Tyson and didn't flat out embarrass him. Okay. End of the day, good for Mike Tyson to make an additional $20 million. Okay, this is great for him. I know, listen, money is always important for guys like Mike Tyson that don't really have a lot of other things going on. So doing something like this to get his name back out there and to make a lot of money is really good for him. And he knows if he's gonna leave boxing for good or want to continue doing some of these dog and pony shows, right? But I think I don't want to see it anymore. For me, I think acts like this, I'm good on, right? I was only interested because it's Mike Tyson, and we know how devastating of a heavyweight fighter he was, and you wanted to see if he could reach and pull something out. And you had people thinking like, hey, could he possibly could he possibly knock out Jake Paul, and not the case. Okay, so great big spectacle event in Dallas, in Jerry World, okay, AT&T Stadium. Netflix, production wise, look, I gotta say, from a production standpoint, it was a massive fail on Netflix. Okay, I'm not talking about the production within the ring, okay, or within the arena. Of course, it was top notch, but displaying that the live feed, the streaming was bad. A lot of buffering issues early on in the undercard fights. A lot of delayed streams, buffering issues, frozen screens. This was an absolute production disaster. From a content delivery standpoint, Netflix cannot handle the load. Clearly, I have a lot of concerns of Netflix going forward because they're going to be hosting these NFL Christmas games, and I mean, you know what? I'm nervous about them. Can they get that fixed? This is the first huge, major sporting event on a Friday that was going to dominate every sporting event today. I mean, the only thing that was really basketball, right? The NBA Cup. That wasn't really important. This was a fight. So from a content delivery standpoint, and all the technical issues, there was thousands of people. Some people didn't have any issues, that's cool. But there was quite a few people that had massive issues, just like me. I had to delay my stream. And what I mean delay my stream was I couldn't watch it live. I had to watch it at least about a minute, 2 minutes behind, so it can buffer and catch up, and then just watch from there, right? So and that didn't start working until the last undercard fight. This was a more undercard showcasing. The Ramos Barrios fight was excellent. The Katie Taylor and what is it? The Katie Taylor Serrano, was it Amanda Serrano? That was a great fight too, man. That finish definitely has a lot of controversy. So if anything, it was a win tonight for the undercard fighters. Those are the real premier fights. I mean, once we came off a fight like this Katie and Serrano's fight, I pretty much had a feeling that this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight was going to be a dud. Couldn't live up to it. Okay, so I mean, basically, what we got out the fight was all the theater and drama came from the pre-fights, right? The everything pre-fight. You know what I'm saying? All the talking, the trash talking, and Mike Tyson doing the slap on Jake Paul. That was the moment, because the fight itself wasn't anything interesting. Tyson just looked old, slow. I mean, he is old. He was slow, but you know what? He trained, prepared, and he didn't get knocked down. And I think it would have been a shame if would have been even worse if Mike Tyson would have gotten knocked down, had to take a knee. There would have been some type of stoppage, and that didn't happen. So credit to Mike Tyson overall for training and being in this ring and going for 8 rounds, even though the fight was a complete dud all the way around. And for Jake Paul, this don't really do anything for him. This doesn't really change anything. He needs to start fighting guys younger. Okay, like these, but hey, he likes to do these circus acts. He's gonna draw a spectacle, as you can see. And I think for me at this point, Jake Paul, his legacy is gonna be he's a master promoter and marketer, right? And I can see him decades from now leading promotions and stuff like that in entertainment overall, and making a lot of money. As far as a boxer goes, I know he says he wants to. Okay, cool. Well, then you got to fight somebody around your age or whatever, or with some more that's a better competition. Because like fighting Mike Tyson at almost 60, on the surface from a nostalgia standpoint, you're like, okay, it could be a challenge. But I mean, reality is like you're fighting a 60-year-old man, okay, with a bad knee, and he had an ulcer flare a few months ago prior, which is why the fight got canceled. So that's it for Netflix. Look, spectacle of an event. Okay, this fight doesn't move the needle for Jake Paul. Makes a lot of money for both these gentlemen. Okay, and Netflix needs to definitely work on their streaming platform for live sports going forward, because I was not pleased with this at all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.